So, Bleacher Report. By the way, I got a haircut. Look a little bit different than normal. Nonetheless, though, yes, Bleacher Report proposed another trade for the Cincinnati Bengals here. They are suggesting that the LA Rams should send Aaron Donald over to the Cincinnati Bengals. Wait for this, to avoid the Chiefs from three-peating. Now, I'm not sure why the LA Rams would have any care in the world besides really think about anything related to the Chiefs when they're in the NFC, and there's no real correlation between the Chiefs and the Rams, and it's not like the Chiefs are the Rams' rival or anything. I don't understand fully the point of view, but here's what the Bleacher Report says. They are proposing that Aaron Donald gets traded to the Bengals in exchange for the 2024 first and fourth round pick to prevent a Chiefs three-peat. Now, starting off right away, tell you what, this won't happen. We need an offensive tackle in the first round, okay? This year's offensive tackle class is actually really good. And this will probably be the highest we're going to pick for the next 20, 30 years. So if that's the case, we can't afford to miss out on a franchise right tackle right now. So starting off right away, the first round pick question, it's off the table. It's off the table, not even a question, okay? That's number one. Number two, I don't like Aaron Donald. And it's not I don't like him as a player. He's a great player. He's an amazing player. I hate him as a person. Because Aaron Donald has a lot of anger issues. He is a very insane, I will say, person. If you've seen him play over the years, this guy took helmets in a joint practice with the Rams and started swinging helmets at us, trying to fight us with swinging helmets. He is an MMA martial artist expert, where he spends most of his offseason working on MMA and getting better at it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you go back to a 49ers-Rams game from, I think it was 3 years ago, it was a Thursday night football game. Well, Jeremy Curley, on a play, goes ahead and catches the football, and he gets past Aaron Donald. Now, Aaron Donald, not happy about it. So he tries to pinch the back of the neck of Jeremy Curley. Now, you might not know this, and I didn't really know as much as I've learned over the years, but if you're a mixed martial artist, you know this very well. You pinch a certain vein or nerve in the back of the neck, it can kill someone, or it can make them go to sleep. There's like different veins. So he tried to do that. He failed because the shoulder pads blocked his fingers. He literally went like this to his back of his neck, then ended up failing and slammed his helmet and broke his helmet, and then got ejected from the game. So, I don't really like Aaron Donald, okay? I really don't like him. I wouldn't want him on Cincinnati roster, especially not for how much he would cost. Nonetheless, here's what Bleacher Report says. Although Cincinnati had its championship dreams dashed by an unforgettable Donald sack 2 years ago, the city would likely forgive him if he's traded to the Bengals. He's one of the few players capable of collapsing the pocket seamlessly at will, and he would help Cincinnati execute the same type of plan for stopping Patrick Mahomes that Tampa Bay provided the league when they handed his lone Super Bowl loss 3 years ago. The cost of making up a deal could be interesting, as a compensation would likely hinge on Donald's desire to continue playing in 2024. Regardless, the Bengals would have no qualms about coughing up their first rounder and more, even in a single season of high level play from the future Hall of Famer. Do you not know the Bengals? You clearly don't understand how the Bengals work or operate. They're not going to give up a first round draft pick, buddy. I hate to tell you that. That's not how Cincy operates. They don't just throw around draft picks willy-nilly like they're freebies. Just 1, 2, 3, you get them, everyone gets them. No. They are very, very stingy with those draft picks. Mike Brown is a very cheap owner. And he views his draft picks like his money. Even though Mike Brown doesn't really have any more say, and it's just Katie Blackburn and Zach Taylor and Dick Tobin. But the whole principle is still there. We don't mess around with our draft picks. So to the point that we would be willy-nilly throw it up for a guy who, as you said right there, potentially might not even play after this year, we're not going to give up a first and a fourth for that. First off, we're not. That's number one, right? Also, let me just type this in real fast. Aaron Donald's, and I want to look this up, contract. Because, again, yeah, $31.6 million annual salary. Oh, what is that? He's only on contract for one more year. Now, he is 33, and in all intents and purposes, he could technically, as so many times, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, they age like fine wine. The older, the better. The problem is, Donald was talking about retirement after our Super Bowl. 2 years ago, he was talking about retirement. With now him being on the last year of his contract, there's no point. We would literally be taking on a contract here of a $34 million cap hit for a 33-year-old D tackle who I know is good, right? Off his personality and how bad he is off the field. On the field, he's a really great player. Here's the issue, though. $34.166 million. I'd rather take DJ Reader any day, all day, throughout his whole entire rest of his career, over pay a 33-year-old $34 million. And again, who might not even play for another season or two, or this might be his last season, or who knows, he might even retire. He's coming off 8 sacks last year. 16 games played, 8 sacks. Year before that, 5 sacks. Okay? And yes, he can collapse the pocket. And the thing about Aaron Donald that's so deadly, so good, is that he takes on double teams. So he takes on double teams so other players can take on single teams and can get after the quarterback. It's a really amazing thing he's able to do because he's so good. Right? So that's why he might not put up crazy sack numbers every single week, or every single week, every single year, because he is kind of losing out on it because the other guys around are able to kind of benefit from him taking up all the, attention and angles. And so again, like I said, his numbers really aren't really that big of a deal to me that he doesn't have crazy sack numbers. He's able to collapse the pocket and get someone like Trey Hendrickson or Sam Hubbard in. We're not going to give up a first-round draft pick for this guy. We wouldn't give up, most likely, if we did make a trade. Third-round draft pick's the highest. Third-round pick is the highest we'd offer. And I don't think we'd be interested. I don't think we would be interested in signing him. I really don't. If they came to us and they said, hey, man, listen, we want to do this offer, we would say, okay, what's your offering? And you say, well, we want a first and fourth. We would hang up the phone. They say, well, we'll give you him for a third. We say, okay, what year? This year, next year, year after that? What year are you talking about? What pick? And that's, I think, where the negotiation would start. You come at us with a first and a fourth for a guy who's 33 years old on the final year of his contract, might retire, and going to be a cap hit of $34.16 million. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it will happen. And again, why would the LA Rams be so desperate to stop Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs from trying to go win another Super Bowl? Why would they care? If anything, they don't care who they play in the Super Bowl. They just want to win it themselves. And in no way does Patrick Mahomes do anything to impact them in the regular season, in the postseason. And unless they get to the Super Bowl versus them, that doesn't impact them at all. Giving the Bengals Aaron Donald doesn't stop Mahomes from winning a Super Bowl. Yes, it gives us more ammunition and helps us out. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's the best. He's the best team in the league. So, I unless you're going to give us the best offensive line possible, LA, that there's really no point. And we're not giving up that first round pick. I promise you that, because that's going to be a franchise tackle right there, baby. That's about to be a Joe Burrow is about to be protected for the next 10, 15 years. You can kiss that ankle goodbye. Peace out, guys.